of the times and put them some to the middle because my lane assignments do not necessarily match what I'm looking at on the screen. Are you seeing the same thing, Ron?
I am seeing the same thing.
Yeah, our sheets say a little bit different. Our sheets were printed way early this morning, so they've either shifted some lane assignments or other. But we are in the boys' side of this agenda, so we got to do this 6 more times. Boys go 1A through 6A, and as we look at this field, now it slips down about a minute. So if you're below 9 minutes, you're a team to beat. That would include St. John, which ran an 8:52.50. And then there's Dighton, ran at 8:53.54. Weskin is 8:58 below 9 minutes. So you got 3 teams below 9 minutes, and I think all 3 of those should make it a mark here.
This could be a pretty good crowd here for a while. A lot of these kids, again, when we are looking at the smaller schools, you don't put 4x8s together very often.
No.
Some of these kids could be running this for just a second or third time this season. So see how this plays out. But yeah, right now, it is just pretty comfortable pace.
I will tell you that this is St. John in the lead. Trey Fisher is a sophomore. He's leading off for St. John. So we are 1 lap into the boys' 4x800 meter relay.
And Fisher just a sophomore.
And he'll run side about 3 juniors and a senior, the way it looks. Or at least a couple juniors and a senior.
See what Hutch Central Christian does as well. They've only gone 9 flat. Of course, Colin Oswald, who ran very well last night in the 3,200 meters. Was not able to win that, but still had a good placing. He's going to be in this, and if the rest of the team can hold up, we'll see if he can make his way to the front as well.
All right, so pretty crowded field so far as 5th place moves into 4th place. Separated by about 5 meters apiece, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And look, uniform, military-like almost, as we get to the 2nd lap. Pretty good time of the leaders. It's going to be very close to sub 2 minutes here. As the Tigers of St. John's in the leads, Cash McVeigh is the junior. He takes the baton as St. John has the lead in the boys 4x800 meter relay in Class 1A.
That's Bailey McQuillan for Weskin, who is trying to keep them close. Actually had them hiked up into 2nd place, but now starting to fall back in this next leg as St. John really looking strong.
Close to that 2.5 minute mark. We're into lap number 3. About 200 meters to go before we enter lap number 4.
And Case McVeigh, he is a junior. For the team in blue, running strong now, but starting to maybe get a little bit of a challenge from behind here.
We got 100 meters to go, and we're getting a challenge for 2nd place. We'll give you the bib number of the team as soon as we can identify it, but a race for 2nd at the moment.
Wonder just how much energy that 2nd place runner has taken to catch himself or get himself right back up into the fight.
And we're about to have a new leader, or will we? St. John trying to battle him off as Cash McVeigh sees the footsteps behind him, and 1 and 2 are shoulder to shoulder now in the back stretch. New leader in front in the 4x800 meter relay in Class 1A, wearing bib number 1973 or 1873.
It'd be David Luchin. Luchin, who ended up winning the 3,200 meters last night, is running in this 4x8. Luchin ran an outstanding time last night, one of the fastest in Kansas history. He had just an outstanding night last night, and he is really showing some mettle. He has come from way behind, easily a sub-2 800 meter leg here for the senior.
We're going to get close to 4 minutes here. Handoff's going to be about 4:05. So we're now in lap number 5, handing off to bib number 1872.
It's Caleb Eiler. He is a freshman.
They make their way through, and now in the backstretch as the field for this boys 4x800 meter relay starts to stretch out a bit. Great stride there. Loose, strong.
A little bit of a challenge coming up from the back. We'll try to get that number for you. And Eiler just looked back over his shoulder a little bit, but he's not going to have to look very much longer. He's going to be looking at the backside of this challenge if he does not pick up the pace just a little bit. You see him starting to run just a little bit harder. We're 5 minutes into this race, and we're going to start lapping people here shortly. That is how fast these two are going compared to the rest of this 1A field.
Lap number 6 now. Boys 4x800 meter relay in Class 1A. We just crowned the 4x800 meter relays Class 1 through 6A on the girls' side. Saw a new state record set by Lenexa St. James Academy in Class 5A. Stunning race as they posted a 9:19 to break a long-standing record.
And this is Mason Osborne of St. John. St. John as compared to St. John's of Beloit, which is who we have been watching. So it's St. John's of Beloit and St. John as in the community. And that is St. John's Beloit on the outside. That's Eiler. And again, Mason Osborne. Now Eiler beginning to pull away a little bit as they get to this final exchange, Mark.
Yeah, then if we weren't confused enough, St. John and Beloit St. John's, this makes it a little bit more confusing, but we're up for the challenge, right?
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work. Here we go. It's lap number 7. This is the anchor legs underway, and like we've seen throughout the contest so far involving the other races, the anchor leg in the first 200 meters are very fast, and that's no exception here. They are off and running.
Well, they are trying to put distance in between them. It's hard not to get geeked up and maybe burn yourself up. You hope that they don't do that. We get a good finish here.
Shoulder to shoulder, St. John making the chase here and well within range.
That is Quincy Smith for St. John running in second place. Try to get the bib number for the runner from Beloit St. John's.
I think it's Adam Bates, the senior. We got the handoff from David Letkin.
1968. It is.
It is. So Beloit St. John and St. John 1 and 2 right now.
And Adam Bates, a very strong runner, very, very smooth, has great form. We'll see if he can hold off Quincy Smith here with just a little over 300 meters to go.
Best 1A time ever, Grainland Wheatfield back in 1986. That's a long record. Dinkle, Evans, Hines, and Kaiser ran an 8:04.8. That record's safe for the moment. But St. John and Beloit St. John's are trying to claim gold here.
Well, and this record is going to be safe. Still have a little over 220 meters to go at 7:45. But times mean nothing right here. This is just all about who has the will and the courage and the speed to finish this last 150 meters. It's going to get close.
Quincy Smith, Adam Bates, side by side. Last 100 meters to go. St. John and Beloit St. John's, and now St. John takes the lead for the Tigers. Quincy Smith is in front of Beloit St. John's Adam Bates, and it's going to be Quincy Smith who extends his lead, and a gold medal for St. John in the boys 4x800 meter relay Class 1A as Quincy Smith takes the lead from Beloit St. John's and claims gold for his hometown team.
Boy,